A new company with a lot of history, GIS Engineering has rapidly grown its brand around an experienced team of professionals. GIS Engineering is a full-service planning, engineering, procurement, and construction management company specializing in coastal protection and restoration, upstream and downstream industrial, and transportation infrastructure projects. Putting people first, GIS Engineering, a new company with a lot of history.
Everybody, welcome into Going Public. I am Harry McCullough. This week, we'll be talking Lafourche Parish, and Lafourche Parish Council member Terry Pierce is here from District 5. So thanks so much for joining us. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Harry. Good to see you again.
So yeah, you're right on the line there, Terry, right in between Terrebonne and that's a famous Bayou Blue Road that runs right there.
Yeah.
It has Terrebonne on one side, Lafourche on one side. I'd like to actually start with, you were a volunteer fireman for a long time. You just had your first annual volunteer fireman Bayou Blue volunteer fireman fair,
yeah,
and fundraiser. And how'd that go?
It went very well, Harry. It was, for a pat on the back to Harvey Parks, the chief, and all of his guys and the ladies, the wives involved. It was a big family thing, man. And I really got a lot of comments because I was there the whole weekend. I spent the whole weekend there supporting the fire department. And I got a lot of comments from people that we really needed that on Bayou Blue. And I'm gonna tell you the final result after talking to Harvey just a few days ago, it was a success. And it was a success because the people on Bayou Blue and the community parish-wide, both parishes, Terrebonne and Lafourche, because we both depend on Bayou Blue Fire Department.
Sure.
It was a success because of the people.
Yeah, that's so good to see, especially, look, this time of year, it was awesome. Really nice. But look, we've all gotten our phones and social media, and our kids don't leave the house as much as they used to. It's good to have these events where it brings everybody out, right?
And I got so many comments about that, is that, we needed this to bring the people together. Mm-hmm. And look, as far as I know, like I said, I was there from every morning till they closed at night. And I honestly saw no issues at all. There may have been a couple of them,
sure,
but they were taken care of real quick. Sheriff's Department was there in force. It was a very well maintained crowd, very happy-go-lucky crowd. I mean, it was awesome. It really was.
That's great to hear. And
it is.
And I think you've already said they're looking for dates for next year.
We've already got dates for next year, April 10th, 11th, and 12th April.
All right. Good. That's so good to hear.
We're ready to roll.
Yeah. So you've been about 6-7 months in now. You started in November with the parish. Let's talk some politics. Lake Long, first of all, you got a grant there from.
Yeah, we got a grant from Senator Mike Feasey. On the very end of Lake Long, there's a water issue that the drainage and the pumps that are there now is not taken care of. So we finally got the money, and we've got an engineering company that was passed at the last meeting that's going to come in and survey the work and tell us what we need to do. And there's going to be some more drainage involved, but there's also going to be a small pump put back there to help out those people at the very end.
Now, is water getting in houses?
No, there's no water been in any houses yet. I've been down there, I've talked to the people. It's been close, but none yet. And what it is, it's not rainwater, it's back water coming in on a high tide.
Right.
Just a simple high tide. So there's going to be some drainage that needs to be taken care of. And of course, that's what we have to spend the money on, the engineering and stuff, So it's going to be very well planned, and it's going to work.
Okay. Look, Lake Long, this is not too far from the Bayou Blue pontoon bridge. Look, bridges have been in the. Well,
I think that's a sore subject in both parishes right now.
We've had a lot of news about bridges in the area for sure. That particular bridge has been a while, and that's not far from the company bridge over there in Berg as well.
Right.
But I can't think of how long, but that bridge has traditionally had some issues. But they think this summer maybe they get some cables and get it going. Any updates?
Last time I talked to the state was last week. And, the updates I get is, I guess, what they give everybody. They're working on it, but it's just, it's like every other bridge in this parish. It's very important. I have a company that has business on both sides, and these people are having to make a 45-minute trip, Look, I understand things take time. I do. I really do. I was in construction for 40 years. But I don't know, some of this just seems like it's taking too long.
Right.
And, I try to follow up on it as much as I can. I don't want to aggravate them. But then again, I got people asking me for updates.
Well, sure.
And to me, that's part of my job is to get them, whether it's the state or the parish,
Yeah, and DOTD is going to they do have a new, Mr. Leday has taken over, the Glenn Leday has taken over, so that should help some things.
We need some help.
We had a bridge in Boudreaux Canal that they did they did the project, they didn't submit it.
I know.
Hopefully that'll help you guys as well in there.
I hope so.
So, which hopefully they also won't take money from the project we've been waiting on an LA 316.
Yeah, that's a big thing, Harry. When I took office, I got with them and, I was told it was going to go out on bid in December. It got pushed back to April 9th. Then it got pushed back to June 9th. And last week when I checked with them, it was like, well, June 25th now. So we're getting closer on our bid dates. Hopefully that's a good sign.
And what that means is that when they get a bid, then probably 3 or 4 months later?
Yeah, it's a few months before the construction actually starts. But the bid process is the important one,
Right.
Get it out there and find out who's going to be doing the work,
Well, you and I have talked 2 or 3 times about you were anticipating, hey, there's going to be a lot of traffic.
Right? We just started.
All right, we'll take a break. More with Terry Pierce when we come back right here on Going Public.
Sea Level Construction is a heavy civil contractor that provides turnkey services for the industrial and marine industries. From building large-scale infrastructure to installing the foundation for expansion projects, Sea Level and its family of companies offer a wide range of capabilities including driven piles, drilled deep foundations, structural fabrication, structural concrete, marine construction, barge maintenance and repair, site work development, heavy equipment repair services, and electrical services. Call Sea Level Construction to set the foundations for your next big project.
Located at 5004 Imperial Drive in Houma, April and Iris is a must-see for those looking for exquisite home decor and gifts. Owned by April Boudreaux, along with her talented design team, there is no lack of detail to enhance your shopping experience. April and Iris has all your decor needs.
Come in today and let us help you complete your design vision. It's what we do.
April and Iris, Homa's newest home interior and gift store, where decor and inspiration meet and fulfill all your design needs.
Terrebonne Parish School District is now hiring bus drivers. A valid CDL is required. If you don't have a CDL, we have paid training available. You must be able to pass a medical health exam and a drug test. Our salary range is very competitive with similar jobs starting at $26 per hour. Benefits include free health insurance and retirement. Contact the TPSD Transportation Office at 876-7400 or apply online at www.tpsd.org.
A new company with a lot of history, GIS Engineering has rapidly grown its brand around an experienced team of professionals. GIS Engineering is a full-service planning, engineering, procurement, and construction management company specializing in coastal protection and restoration, upstream and downstream industrial, and transportation infrastructure projects. Putting people first, GIS Engineering, a new company with a lot of history.
Everybody, welcome back to Going Public. I am Harry McCullough. We're speaking with Councilman Terry Pierce of Lafourche Parish Council, District 5. We talked a little bit about bridges. Let's go elsewhere in your parish. There's a bridge down in Golden Meadow that I know Joe Ogeron's been looking at for a long time. And so finally that bridge is open.
That bridge was open, to the best of my knowledge, sometime last week.
Yeah.
Thank God for the people down in lower Lafourche Parish down there. I mean, you know, it creates such a problem for emergency services, you know. And, you know, from what I'm understanding, the Côte Blanche Bridge a little further up, the pontoon bridge, is going to be out for a little while here pretty soon, if it's not out already, for some repairs.
Right.
So it's very important, yeah.
Yeah, we've got some bridge issues, but they're not all, you know, some of them are state bridges, some of them are parish bridges.
Right.
So that's why it makes a difference, I guess.
It does, you know, and it's not all on the parish, you know.
Right.
But
you get the phone call anyway.
Is a parish road.
You're going to get the phone call anyway, right?
Yeah, we're going to get it anyway. But, and you know, like I say, I think we all get along very well with the state people, you know. I mean, at least to try to get updates and see where we at in progress-wise, you know.
Look, yeah, you said, you know, yourself, you'd been in construction, so you understand the process of what's going on. Now, one of the good things is that the restriping's been done on some of the roads,
restriping from on Lower Bayou Blue from Prospect to Lake Long has been done. I called the state, and she couldn't tell me for sure if it had been done yet, so I went ride myself, and it's been done.
Right.
So that's a good update.
Sure.
You know.
Look, that's so important for our highways, man. I mean,
it is.
Anybody drives around here at night, if there's no striping, especially when we start getting in the fall, when you get smog and fog.
You know, the fact is the 316 has no shoulders. Yeah, it's not a lot of room for error. You know, and without those stripes, it's tough. You know, and I know the upper part is in bad shape too, but with the bidding of 316, that was actually on the list, but they're not going to do it because of the fact that they're going to be redoing the whole
overlay. They're going to be doing overlay there.
We're going to not spend foolish money restriping something that we're going to tear up in 6 months. You know,
is striping that expensive?
I don't imagine it's very cheap with the equipment I see them using.
Give me some paint.
It ain't one of them little paint rollers, you know. It's like probably $500,000 rig.
Some of those times I'm like, God, just give me a paint. Let me get out there.
What it really costs, but
I got you. Hey, let's talk about. This is a holdover from storm, but just in general, quality of life for people, nuisance properties. And I know that's something that y'all been looking at. You said you got a couple in your district, probably 20, 30 parish-wide. What's the update on that?
Well, there's more than 20 or 30. There's probably a few hundred. What we have, I have 2 in my district. One was last month. I got another one coming up Tuesday night for demolition. And then there's another, I want to say another 20, 21 that's coming up at the next meeting for demo throughout the parish, not District 5, just one in my district. But, you know, we're making progress. I think what had happened with Lafourche Parish, we had lost the people, the gentleman that was doing that. And it took him a little while to get the right person back in position. And my hat's off to her. As a matter of fact, I emailed her today about some issues and got a very quick response. The young lady's doing a very good job from what I can see. You know, that you get a response at least, you know.
Now, that's a difficult job because first of all, you got to get a title, you get property.
It is.
Obviously, if you're a neighbor next to one of those houses, that's unbelievably terrible. Yeah. But you can't just go seize the property and tear it down, right?
No, it's a very long process. I mean, you know, first of all, they got to, you know, go through the process to find out who actually owns the property. And then, of course, once they do that, a letter is sent to give those people the opportunity to do it on their own. And then if that doesn't happen, then, it becomes another issue where, you know, the parish gets involved and it costs money to do these things.
Right.
So it's a process. It's
Are there federal grants that maybe come? I know there's been some of that.
I don't know of any,
like from FEMA?
Grants to do that. Right. And I got one today that I'm going to question here that I filed a complaint on it for a gentleman, and it's been like that since Hurricane Ida. It's a double wide trailer, and it looked horrible next to a very beautiful piece of property, and the grass is tall, and I find out today that the property is repairable, so there's nothing we can do. I don't know about all that.
Right.
I don't know, I need to talk to the right people to see what we can do from this point, but get a letter, at least cut your grass.
Right.
But it's repairable, and it's been, 4 years now?
Right.
Come on. I think you had plenty of time to do that.
Make the repairs, right. You can at least cut the grass.
That's the kind of issues we go through with that kind of stuff, right, Harry?
Absolutely. All right, more with Terry Pierce when we come back right here on Going Public.
Led by a 7-member commission, the Terrebonne Port was created to assist our local industry in promoting economic development. We monitor government regulations that affect our local industry and work with the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers to secure maintenance dredging funds. Because the HNC is the main artery for the heartbeat of Terrebonne's economy, Terrebonne Port fights a constant battle for funding to maintain the federally authorized navigable depth. We are now leasing waterfront and non-waterfront property. Terrebonne Port Commission, serving our industry to keep Terrebonne thriving.
Sea-Level Construction is a heavy civil contractor that provides turnkey services for the industrial and marine industries. From building large-scale infrastructure to installing the foundation for expansion projects, Sea-Level and its family of companies offer a wide range of capabilities including driven piles, drill deep foundations, structural fabrication, structural concrete, marine construction, barge maintenance and repair, site work development, heavy equipment repair services, and electrical services. Call Sea-Level Construction to set the foundations for your next big project.
Located at 5004 Imperial Drive in Houma, April and Iris is a must-see for those looking for exquisite home decor and gifts. Owned by April Boudreau, along with her talented design team, there is no lack of detail to enhance your shopping experience. April and Iris has all your decor needs.
Come in today and let us help you complete your design vision. It's what we do.
April and Iris, Houma's newest home interior and gift store, where decor and inspiration meet and fulfill all your design needs.
In South Louisiana, storms are a way of life. Every storm poses a different threat, whether from flooding or hurricane-force winds. At All South Consulting Engineers, we help protect our people from these disasters. Before a storm, we work with our leaders to prevent catastrophic damage. After the storm, we help get the resources needed for rebuilding. We have helped our cities, parishes, and school boards recover over $2 billion to rebuild our community. We'll be here for the next one.
A new company with a lot of history. GIS Engineering has rapidly grown its brand around an experienced team of professionals. GIS Engineering is a full-service planning, engineering, procurement, and construction management company specializing in coastal protection and restoration, upstream and downstream industrial, and transportation infrastructure projects. Putting people first, GIS Engineering, a new company with a lot of history.
Everybody, welcome back to Going Public. Harry McCullough here. Terry Pierce right there, District 5 Councilman for the Lafourche Parish Council. And a lot of stuff going on. Let's talk about one of the cool things happening in the parish is the rodeo arena in Raceland. Boy, if you know that area, there have been some rodeo people come out of that Raceland area.
A lot of them.
And y'all just got a brand new arena that looks really nice.
It does. It does. I think the grand opening was Memorial Day weekend. And it was very nice, very nice. It's a beautiful facility. These guys these rodeo people are very, very happy about it. They still got a little few things touch up, I think, left to do, but I mean, they did have their first rodeo there, and it's nice. I actually visited it before they finished it, and I was brought up in the Raceland area, so I'm very familiar with that, and it's a very, very nice facility compared to what was there many years ago.
There was a Pierce. There was a rodeo clown, I guess. He was a bullfighter. Are you related?
No, I don't know. I know there was a constable there, that Dwayne LaBeouf. Him and I went to high school together, and he was a rodeo clown for a long time. If he's a Pierce and he's from the Raceland area, probably related. Well, I'm not related to the Pierces down the bayou, but the up the bayou one's probably related to him.
I got you. So what does the parish do with this facility? And so where's y'all responsibility, and who gets to use it?
Well, I think what this was, Harry, was a lot of this was hurricane money. And we use it mainly, these people use it to have rodeos,
So it's just like a ballpark, just like a baseball
pretty
field,
much,
that kind of stuff, right?
They come in and they have their rodeos and horse shows, and they do the 4-H stuff there, I'm sure also. So it's actually a very nice facility.
This falls under recreation?
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Okay, I'm sorry.
But I don't.
Yeah. No, that's okay. I just didn't exactly know how. But like I say, I know a lot of Pierce was one. Fournier was.
I know there's a lot of Fourniers. Yeah, I went to school with some Fourniers.
He was a long-time rodeo, one of the founders of the Professional Bull Riders Association. So, I know those guys. So, this is also camp time in Lafourche Parish. You will see the pretty boy Mannings come in with all the quarterbacks. The uglier, big old heavy linemen come in. So there's a lot of time. So this is a good time for Lafourche to kind of shine, to bring all these people in, right?
Yeah. They have that every year at Nichols, and that's
how big is that for the Lafourche economy? Do a lot of people follow those kids in?
I think there's quite a few people that follow it. I think it's big enough to say, it's good for the economy, of course. Very good.
So what else is happening in Lafourche Parish? That I know you said there's some street lights that are big, that are being put in right now, which again goes back to crime, goes back to all those kind of things, to make sure that those things stay up.
I have a few streets that they're getting a few of them put in now that I had some complaints that wasn't enough. So we got with the lighting department, and we're working on that.
Does that make a big difference when you have lighted areas? And I know, you hear people talk about that a lot, but going back to New York City and the broken windows policy, right? You've heard that before, that you fix lights, you fix broken windows, and it kind of makes a big difference for the whole community. Again, you're just in 7 months now, but do you find that makes a difference from the way the perception of people go, hey, we got striping on Lower Bayou Blue, we got these lights fixed?
I think it does for the most part, Harry. That's one thing I can say. Is some of the little things that I've been able to get done for some of my constituents. A little simple stop sign that got knocked down, and call a guy at the barn and say, hey, man, you got a stop sign. Can you go take care of it? And it's, it don't always happen that way, but if it gets fixed the same day, look. People are good enough to send you an email or a text message and say thank you. Makes the job worthwhile.
Right.
I never declared that I'd be He-Man, but I do the best I can for my constituents. I be honest with you, I spend a lot of my time during the week, going back and forth with the council members, the parish workers, not workers, but the parish supervisors, and, we all get along well. So that all helps in the process of getting things done too. Just some things are more entailed than others, when it comes to policy and procedures and getting things done, you know?
Well, I think that's important with your background, right? As, you know, in construction, I also volunteer fireman who's kind of been in the community quite a bit. You know the ins and outs and those things, but how important that is to follow up on those things, get things done.
It is, yeah.
It makes a difference, I think,
when
does. You know, like, God, man, that just went down, and it's not just neglected. Like, we'll get to it, like the Bible.
Yeah.
Not to bring something up again. We'll get to it. It's going to get done, right?
You know, and I'm in constant touch with the state probably once every week or two. Mm-hmm. You know, following up on things and you know, it's all a process, you know.
Yeah, and you understand.
And the biggest thing is getting along and being able to communicate.
Absolutely.
With my constituents as well as anybody else.
Absolutely.
You know?
Well, Terry Pierce, we appreciate the update. Thank you so much. That is Going Public for this time. I'm Harry McCullough. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.